it is not fair and it's not legal to tell me, no, since you don't fit into my worldview, I don't want to do anything with you and I don't want you as my customer. It was discrimination, and non-binary people should not be forced to pick between men and women if they don't want to identify as such.
That's the voice of Alexis Mignot, an interview with our colleagues at CTV Montreal. Now, one of those big stories of the week, Quebec's Human Rights Tribunal ordered a hair salon to pay $500 to a non-binary person, you just heard them, for only offering men's and women's haircut options on their online booking website. The individual here complaining of having suffered serious harm because they were forced to choose between a men and women's haircut. The salon, Station 10, Station 10 in Longueuil, offered apologies, even updated their website with new categories, but it wasn't enough. In 2024, Quebec's Human Rights and Youth Rights Commission said this person was a victim of discrimination based on gender identity and suggested a $500 compensation. The salon refused. The person took the case to the Human Rights Tribunal, asked for over $12,000 in damages. While those claims were dismissed, the tribunal still ordered the salon to pay the victim that initial $500. Salon here considering contesting this latest ruling. Let's find out a little more. Our pleasure to welcome Alexis Labrecque, co-owner of the hair salon Station 10, Station 10, onto the program. Alexis, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
How's this week been as this story has become gone everywhere?
Yeah, it's gone viral. It's been a bit crazy. Interviews, and we're seeing all sorts of reactions from even some from the left, the right, but we like to consider ourselves to be in the center.
Well, and that's the thing, right? It seems from the start, when I look at the reporting on how you had initially handled this situation, from my perspective, it seems like your policy at your salon has always been, we love everyone, we'll take everyone, you be you. Sorry we don't have a box to check, but just come, we're going to take care of you. Is that fair to say, like ideology-wise for you? You say you're in the center. Is that how you feel you've been handling these kinds of things?
Yeah, 100%. And we probably have one of the most non-discriminatory pricing model in Quebec or Canada because we charge by the minute, $1 a minute for a haircut, regardless of gender. So there's no rose tax for women haircut or things like that. That said, back in 2023, our website, our booking platform didn't have the option of non-binary haircuts or clients, and it takes a bit of time to modify a website. So we invited the person to still come in, pick anything, any boxes. It didn't matter. We'd be happy to cut their hair, but it wasn't enough, and we ended up getting sued.
Now, in light of all the reports this week, we've learned that this individual has complained for a whole bunch of different businesses, organizations on a similar front. Do you feel that you were targeted? That there was, I know it's interesting how you can flip stories here, and that perhaps in some respects you're the victim here of some targeting. Do you feel that way? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but how do you feel about it?
Yeah, they're activists for the cause of transgender people. Did it go too far? We think so, but we were definitely targeted. It could have been any salon.
So, where do you go from here? Are you going to fight this?
Some clients and people are sending us money so that we go forward, go to appeals. But going to appeal is a lot of work, and we're a small business. Our focus is on operating our business, giving good haircuts. This is a social debate, social change. Is it our role to fight that battle? I'm not sure we have the motivation to go forward in appeals, although it is tempting.
And you have a younger clientele, right? Like you're located in a metro. I think you're near CJEP and other educational institutions. Like, would you say your salon is a salon that's always been, I don't know, a little avant-garde, ahead of the curve?
Yes, and we hire people from different genders, origins. I think we even had someone who was transgender working for us a few years ago. So we're really open. And the industry in general is quite open on these subjects.
Mm-hmm. So you haven't decided if you're going to fight because of all the work that would be involved, but I'm sure people are pushing you. How are you going to make your final determination on that front?
It's a hard call, Elias. And then the risk some right parties have even, are pushing us and they say they want to fund our fight, but we don't want to be associated with right-wing politics.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very delicate.
Yeah, it must suck because you find yourself in the midst of culture wars, and like as a radio host, I hate these stories. Like I think 90% of us all just want to live in the meaty middle where we just want everyone to get along, and it's just the extremes, the ones that have pushed this, that started this, and now the ones that want to turn it into a culture war case. Man, it must be frustrating to find yourself in that position.
Yeah, because we're tempted to go ahead. One of the reasons we fought back was principles. It was not so much the $500, but the principle of letting someone sue us for something where we think we didn't do anything wrong. But should we keep fighting? That's the big question.
Here's the other side of things. If you don't fight, does it not? Because, if you fight and you win, you can argue, hey, the madness is ended. If you don't fight, you're now opening the door for all of your fellow hair salons to be a target of this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a precedent, a potential precedent that's going to be reused in future court cases potentially.
How is it? Can I ask you just how the process had gone so far? Like from the Commission for Human Rights and Youth Rights, and then afterwards with the Human Rights Tribunal. I'm sure our listeners would love to know, like, how does it work when you're accused in those forums and you got to defend yourself? How's that process been?
So it started with complaints by emails, but we get complaints every week of different custom demands. We get this all the time. We do about 25,000 haircuts a year. We're in metro stations, train stations. So the clientele that our staff has to deal with a bunch of custom demands, and we can't answer to all of them. So our initial replies were generic, but then it escalated. They started by sending us a mise en demeure of $5,000, which we didn't reply to, and then they did a complaint at Commission des droits de la personne, and that's when we're speaking to the person at la Commission des droits de la personne. They said, "Yeah, we're very familiar with that individual," and they recommended paying $500, and that in a way they were telling us this will buy you peace of mind, this $500. But we didn't want to pay it because we didn't believe we had done anything wrong. And then they had to go to the tribunal in a formal lawsuit at the Tribunal des droits de la personne.
And that, like, has it been burdensome, onerous on you to have to go through all that so far?
Of course, and just for the taxpayers, this court is a specialized courtroom. There were 3 judges, 1 greffier, security guards for a whole day. It went on. The debate went on for a whole day from 9 to 4. I estimate quickly it must have cost at least $20,000 to taxpayers, and that's without our costs, our lawyer, the lawyer of the transgender person. So it's a process, and we had to prepare a lot of preparation for this court date.
Okay, let me ask you this: silver linings. How are bookings on the website?
It's increasing a bit. Hopefully, we can recruit more good hairdressers to help us out. Because if demand goes up, we need the labor to do good haircuts for these clients.
All right. Listen, we have to leave it there, Alexis. Thanks for talking to us this morning. And, either way you go, I think we can all understand why you're grappling with moving this case forward. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Alexis Labrecque, co-owner of the hair salon Station 10 Station 10, if you're looking for a cut.
I'm Dylan Playfair.
And I'm Tyler Smith.
We're putting loneliness in the penalty box by talking to some of our favorite athletes about the importance of friendship.
This is Bromance.
Bromance is brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers, proudly Canadian-owned and operated. Charm has been part of your love stories and bromances for over 50 years.
And you can find Bromance on the iHeartRadio network or wherever you get your podcasts.